Hello and welcome to the M10 episode of the Commander Durdle. So, I'd mentioned before that one thing about M10 is there are no creature legendaries. There are obviously planeswalkers that are legendary, but there are no creature legendaries in the set. So obviously I can't pick a creature legendary to have as a commander. So that means I fall back on plan B, which is to pick one of the rares in the card pool. So you can see here I don't have the full card pool here. For various reasons I've decided to just start with the cards that I could use from the 12 virtual boosters that I opened on MTGen. And this, if you ignore the Norin, which we'll get onto in a moment, is what I was left with. I obviously had some mountains in the card pool. I've mentioned before that we're moving into an era where they have reintroduced basic lands into boosters. So I've just bumped up the number to around 34. That's a starting number that I'm going to do for this deck and then go from there. In terms of what was in the card pool of the boosters, really, obviously we had Warp World, which was the rare that I wanted to build around. There were other rares I could have built around, but as soon as I saw a card which I recognised as being in Chaos decks, I'm not super familiar with building Chaos decks in EDH, but I did recognise this card as being a Chaos card. So each player shuffles all permanents he or she owns into his or her library, then reveals that many cards from the top of his or her library. Each player puts all artifact creatures, so all artifact creature and land cards revealed this way onto the battlefield, then does the same for enchantment cards, then puts all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield on the bottom of his or her library. Now, other cards that were in the pool don't lend themselves necessarily well to a Chaos deck, but they did have useful utility. So Shatter was in the card pool, I kept that. Lightning Bolt, I had several copies of that because it was at common, so just obviously one copy. We've got a Burning Inquiry. Each player draws 3 cards, then discards 3 cards at random. And there was an Earthquake, so I kept that in as a mass removal spell. And that's about it. So we're going to see how the Architect's recommendation engine deals with this. Obviously with these I needed to pick a Chaos commander. This is the one that I went with. I think it's probably the most common one, or one of the most common ones. So we're going to see where we get with this. So when a player plays a spell or creature attacks, remove Norin the Wary from the game, return it to play under its owner's control at the end of turn. So pretty wary. Additionally, I opted to use EDH Rec to generate an average deck around Norin the Wary, just so I have a little bit of a, a little bit of a safety net, should I need to reference back for any reason if I'm doubting the sort of suggestions I'm getting from the recommendation engine that's shrink wrapped into this. This is going to be interesting in terms of, I don't really know what I'm doing, I must confess. I've never attempted to build a Chaos deck. I mean, I have a rough idea what the strategy is, but yeah, this is definitely a case of the algorithm guiding me 100%. Actually, wrong one. I should be doing it on the other deck. Let's get this right. So it might involve me reading a lot of cards, unfortunately, to work out how these might be of help in the deck. So let's see if we can find a few interesting artifacts in here. I suspect I'm going to get suggested with a number of mana artifacts. It's the utility artifacts, so I'm going to have to be fairly selective with. I'm not sure exactly why it's suggesting a Genesis chamber. I wonder if there is some sort of combo that is good in Chaos decks. So we will see. I'm just looking to see. So there's some weird interaction. Creature. So they're going into the battlefield, and this triggers whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield. Creature's controller creates a plus. So it's Token City. Well, I suppose that's the nature of it. That would make things even more chaotic, basically. Now, I assume there is an interesting interaction going on between this and this, because you're going to get card draw. So, I'm assuming that's another reason for having that in here. Because, of course, we're playing mono red, so full-on card draw is going to be a bit of a problem. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger. Okay. So it's sort of amping up the effect of, I'm assuming, various chaos cards that are putting random stuff into play. An untapped legendary permanent you control. Oh, I see. Okay, so you're leveraging, because Norin's not going to be doing much apart from coming in and out all the time. Now I've got to be careful here, because that's probably in there because Norin's in there, just to echo Norin's ability rather than particular exile target creature you control and return the card to the battlefield under your control. Might just be adding to the chaos of the deck, I suppose. Oh well. Shapeshifted. When you begin the battlefield, you may exile target non-token creature. Okay. Howling Mine, definitely. Oh yeah, coin flips. It's always good. Could be a play with the top because of hello. So mirroring the commander effect. You may exile that card. Ooh. How are we doing? Just make sure I didn't skip over anything by accident that was important here. Oh yeah, Cage Sun would be nice. Okay. Right. Not sure that many. Whenever I run out of focus, put it to a grave of the buffer return. So we've got Daretti. We've got some card draw stuff here, which is good. See what we've got land-wise. I think I know what's going to happen here. Yeah, I had a feeling Valakut would be in here. And that's going to be interesting with the skull clamp. Suppose it would make sense to have indestructible stuff here. And that's an artifact, so that's going to leverage off of that. And I'm playing red. That's good for getting rid of other people's problem lands. I could play cycle lands as well. You can also do some probably cunning things here with some reds, basic snow lands. Can't leave it at that for the moment. Let's just take this down. Boom. Okay. So I'm going to look at enchantments here because Must be some stuff that makes it even more chaotic. Okay, comes into play. Yeah, that's what we want. Basically chaotic stuff, but plus stuff that rewards us for playing red. Stuff that does damage. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. Picking you up key, exile the top card of your library. Okay. Picture you control is the battlefield, right. Okay, flip a coin. Yeah. Coin flipping is good in a chaos deck. God, without paying its mana cost. Wow. To land for mana during the player's turn. Destroy that land. Okay, funny. It's library. Cast. Okay, so we're amplifying up damage with the earlier cards. Oh yeah, Furnace of Rath, of course. Players cannot untap more than one creature during their untap phase. Random. Okay, yep. Mana. Fighting amongst themselves. Oh, crikey. We haven't even got started on creatures yet, well, except indirectly. Okay, let's see what we got. Instant speed stuff. Oh, of course, Chaos Warp. Redirect. Yep, copying. Bit life. Reiterate, which has got buyback. And the next damage spell. Leave that for the moment. And sorcery stuff. Okay. So, yep, we've already got Warp World. Yeah, what a bit of looting. Artifact destruction. More discard and draw. Yep, random. Oh, a Wheel of Fortune, of course. Those are rather expensive. Oh, what the hell? Control, yep. This is very chaotic. The next turn, those creatures attack each. Oh yeah, why not? So now we just fill her up with creatures. What do we got? What are we getting suggested here? So we got those. Choose the type effect of player controls. So make everything mountains. Still stuff. Graveyard. So I think this is the point at which I take a bit of inspiration for the EDH read. Let's just see what sort of creatures we got being played here. I'm trying to work out why it's suggesting goblin tokens, but it might just be a peculiarity of the architect thing. I think most of the stuff here, yeah, is more utility stuff than creature tokens. That's fine. Okay. I think what it is, of course, as I'm adding stuff to here, it's picking up on my token theme from the other cards, so it's adjusting itself. That might be what's going on. Ability if it's mana ability has 2 damage. Random casting. What's this? So it's each opponent equal. Yeah, okay. So we've got to whittle down the opponent's life somehow. Okay, so we just need 2 more. Oh, no. Interesting. No. Should attack first. It's like I can attack the first turn it comes into play on the side. Yeah, maybe we need that. Just utility. Okay. Was that pretty salty? Right. Yeah, it clearly looks completely different from this. Oh well, that's the nature of chaos, I suppose. Yeah. Well, we're not going to be really able to goldfish this as such, but we can certainly see what draws look like. Let's have a look at the stats first of all. Okay. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Right. Playtest. So, we have turn 1 Great Furnace. Boom. Well, we can play our Norin. That's about it. We're a bit stuffed at the moment. Oh dear. That is not good. Try again. And we got Kher Keep, so that's better. So hopefully, yeah, okay, it's playing out a lot better. So we got Mimic Vat, Plane of Chaos, which comes out turn 3. Grip of Chaos, which comes out turn 6. This is much better. Okay, so this is. That was just a bad opening hand and draw. Okay, so again, get this out. Boom. We can now. Can't cost anything else yet, but this turn we can get our Buried Ruin and we can get our Burnished Hart, which means we can tutor for more lands. It's good. Okay, how is this panning out? So again, yeah, it looks better. So let's just see. Oh my word. Loads of mountains. Too much mountains. Oh, and a Howling Mine. Oh well, not really much to see here, unfortunately, but it was an education nonetheless. So I will post the deck listing onto the when I upload the video. Let me just export that. I did have a feeling I was going to have trouble with this particular video anyway because of the lack of legendary creatures. Although I probably, with the benefit of hindsight, could have gone with a better choice for the rare. But I was curious. I did just want to see what might happen if I did attempt to try and put together a chaos deck. Unfortunately, of course, I don't really know what I'm doing with these decks, so it's difficult for me to be too selective on the cards, and I didn't want to keep just going back to this all the time. So this is the average one. So you can sort of see here. I mean, there's some things we did actually see that were suggested. But you can sort of see there's obviously a lot of cards here which involve you setting aside piles and permanents and various other things and randomly selecting them, or messing with your library in the same way that the rare we had did. As our starting thing. So yeah, Blood Moon we saw, Confusion of Rank. So I suppose we did get quite a few of these cards. But again, it looks like mainly the thing is to just, not surprisingly, is seed as much chaos as you can in play, but also to... Where's it gone? Like, yeah, amp up the damage in some way. Although interestingly ours went in a different direction where it did seem to be amping the damage up, which I'm not seeing necessarily here. Yeah, our artifacts weren't dissimilar. I don't know if we had a boom pile though. And certainly I don't think I saw an arcane signet. So yeah, it's an education. Wasn't that exciting? But hopefully you did gain a little bit of insight into that if you've not particularly played around with chaos decks before. It does sort of play up the sort of problem I suppose you have in, because by its very nature it's chaotic. A lot of the utility you put in for this that does a certain strategy is going to get messed up by the chaotic nature of the deck. So you can't really guarantee that a particular strategy, if you have that is how you're actually going to win the game, that could in itself get bogged down in the chaos side of things. So yeah, interesting. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next video.